Shalom, Sanbonani. My name is Mpumelelo, and welcome to this channel. I would like to thank you for your continued support. The past week has been very fruitful. There's been quite a lot of comments, very insightful information that has been shared by people. There's a lot of passion from people all over about the subjects that they care about, and they express their passion. But this time around, I've seen some change, which is very nice to see. People can be passionate. People can express emotions without using foul language. Foul language takes us nowhere. It just makes people angry, and some of us don't know how to react because it's personal. When you start using foul language, you become personal. And what should the reaction be? We can do without it. And I think that this week has gone very well. I'd like to thank you for that. And I would like to thank new subscribers. There's been many people who have subscribed, and there's been many people who have returned. Often you see the trends, people subscribe and they don't come back. They listen, and then the following week they don't come back. But there's been many people who returned. And there's been many people, I can tell, who have shared this video. I appreciate it very much. We have shared it. And other people have viewed these videos. I appreciate it. The purpose, of course, is for all of us to be awakened and to know who we are and begin, to identify ourselves with who we are and where we are going, why certain things have happened to us. And it is up to us. We can have a change in our lives. We can do things better. We can do things differently. Having said that, let me quickly get to the answers that I was given. You'll remember in the previous video, I made a request that anyone who has information about the my tongue gets twisted, Kikuyu people from Kenya. I got an answer from Sabelo, who says actually the Kikuyu people are part of the Bantu people. He says the name Kikuyu means fig tree. And fig tree, he says, is a symbol of spirituality in Israel. You'll remember that there are a lot of stories about the fig tree in the Bible. The one that you will remember quickly is the one of Jesus going to a fig tree. He was hungry. He got to the fig tree. There was nothing in it. And he cursed it. And so the tree did not bear any fruit anymore. It died. There's a reason. The story is probably symbolical, but the fact that that tree is mentioned above any other tree. There are many other trees that are there or were there, but this one in particular is mentioned. So thank you very much, Sabelo, for your information. We also got a response about the Khoisan. I got this response from Coco. Thank you very much, Coco. And she says that the Khoisan people, obviously we know they are the oldest people to have occupied the southern part, or to have been found in the continent, and they drifted until they were found in the Kalahari Desert. And she says that they're actually Canaanites, the remnants of the Canaanite people. I thought that all Canaanites were extinct, but there we are. They are not. And this was confirmed by Kim, who is in Kenya. And she said she knows personally a lot of people who are descendants of Canaan, who are in Kenya. So thank you very much for your inputs. If anyone has more information on this, it will be greatly appreciated. I value every ounce of information that people give. I'm here to learn as well. So let's get to the business of today. Did I ask you to subscribe? Please continue to subscribe. If you are a new listener, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you very much. Now let's get to the business of today. Sexual immorality. What is sexual immorality? A lot of people, when we talk about, or when they talk about sexual immorality, you would know if you have gone to church or, anywhere where it is spoken about. People are only talking about sex between same-sex people, sex between a man and a man, or a female and a female. That's where they end. That's being hypocritical. Because the Bible is not only talking about a man and a man having sex that is classified or regarded as immoral sexual activity, or a man and a female. A female and a female. There are many other things that are listed as sexual immorality. These are found in Leviticus 18. I won't go through them, but please have time and read. You might be familiar with some of these. But there are some interesting things amongst the Bantu people that connects us directly to these laws, because for generations we did not even have to be told that these things are, we knew that they're taboo, but we did not know that they had anything to do with the laws of Moses. Remember that these things, we knew them before Christianity, and they were passed. In fact, Christianity does not teach these things. It only teaches about homosexuality, which I think is, it's being a hypocrite, because you're hiding other things that are practiced by the society, that are done by society. What are those things? Now, if a man is married to a woman and she comes with children in that marriage, those children, in our practices, they become your children. In fact, when you pay lobola, the elders will ask your delegation, they will ask them if they are aware that their child has children. Do you intend to take her with her children? And if you say yes, then an arrangement is made. But it is known that when you take her with her children, those children are yours. They become your children. We don't have a language in our vocabulary, in our languages, that speaks to things like stepfather and stepdaughters or stepsons. We don't have that in our language. It's children and it's father or mother. We don't have stepmother. We don't have stepfather in our languages. And I'm sure it speaks to all Bantu languages. If you have a language for these in your languages, amongst the Bantu languages, please tell me, I'll be interested. But we don't have it, as far as I know. There's nothing that is called stepdaughter or stepfather or stepsons or we don't have those things. It's father, it's daughters, it's sons. So, as a father, you don't have sex with your children. This, we have known it without knowing that it is law. You don't have sex with your children. We read about it and it's taboo. How can a man do this? This kind of thing. We have adopted bad practices, of course. Some people among us are doing these things. And when I'm saying that you don't have sex with your children, I mean your blood and the children that came with your woman. They are your children according to our traditions. They are not step this, step that. There's no such thing. It is taboo for any man to have sex with his mother. We have known this. Or to have sex with his sisters. We have known this. When I heard this, there was this TV show by the late Jerry Springer. I would hear people saying, I'm in love with my sister. I'm in love with my brother. We love each other. What is wrong with that? This is crazy. When we listen to it, when we listen to that kind of thing, it doesn't go well with us, because this kind of thing is a mess. It's something that we don't even think about. In love with your brother, you love your brother, you love your sister, not that way, to go to an extent of having sex with them. No. You cannot have sex with your son's children, son's daughters. That is unthinkable. Or your son's wife. It is we don't think about it. It's not in our heads. You don't have sex with your son's wife. You don't have sex with your brother's wife. It's a no-go area. No-go area. No. West, you don't have sex with animals. We know this. We know this. But we were not taught by Christians. We've always known it. But we were not aware that it is because it is in our it's in our minds. It's ingrained deeply in our brains. It was passed on from one generation to the next. I never imagined that there were people who were having sex with animals. I never imagined it. I never imagined that there was something like that. People could actually do that. But it is happening. And some of us have adopted some of these bad practices. Adultery is another one. You are married, you have committed to have a lifetime relationship with someone, and then you go outside of the marriage and have sex with somebody. In ancient times, you would be stoned to death. But let me tell you a beautiful story that is found in the New Testament. There are probably other symbolic, reasoning around that story. Let me tell you what I think about it. Here we find Pharisees bringing a woman to Jesus, whom they say they found her in the act committing adultery. And Jesus says nothing to them. He stoops down, he writes something on the ground, and he gets up. And he says to them, who amongst you, I'm paraphrasing, or he says, anyone amongst you who has no sin, let him be the first to cast a stone on her. And he stoops down again, he writes something. And then when he got up, they were all gone, and the woman was left there alone. And he said to her, where are your accusers? And she says, they are gone. And he says, well, I will not condemn you either. Go and sin no more. So in ancient times, if a woman Well, what is interesting in this story is that they did not bring the man who was also caught in the act. There were two people who were committing adultery. Adultery means there are two people involved, but they brought in the woman, they left the man behind. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. So the woman is blamed here as if she initiated it. She's the evil one. They left the man behind. But Jesus says, where are your accusers? They are gone. Okay, go and sin no more. I also don't condemn you. What happens in this story is that if you are going to accuse people, make sure that you are clean yourself of any sin. If you are going to point a finger at people and say they are doing this and that, they are having sexual immoral or they are involved in sexual immoral activities or acts, make sure your house is clean. Because if you yourself are found wanting, you cannot then be pointing fingers at other people. And don't be selective about what is sexually immoral and what is not sexually immoral. But more than anything, I think what Jesus was trying to point out was that you are hypocrites. You are hypocrites. You are selective in what is immoral and what is moral. And so, it will take us a long way to get where we are supposed to go. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that these are things that we have always known that are taboo in our society. We call them taboo, but we never thought that they were laws that were given to our forefathers. So there's a lot of rich things that are still among us, in spite of the fact that we don't observe the Sabbath. Because we live among the Gentiles who have defiled the Sabbath a long time ago. We don't observe the other Sabbaths, other holy holidays or holy festivities. We don't even know about them because the church never teaches about those things. So there are many things that we have lost, but there are many other things that are left among us. We should treasure this because it means that there's something important, although we did not have a connection of where it comes from. But there you are. This that we are talking about is found in the Bible, Leviticus 18. Go through all of it and you will see that we have known this for a long time. It has been passed on from one generation to the next. I thank you. Toda Rabba. Asante sana. Ngiyabonga.